Hello and welcome to the NaNoWRIMO Diaries Planner Edition. So I have been struggling with a headache for the past several days, and instead of actually writing on day 12, I just basically took the day off. I literally sat down and wrote 27 words, and that was it. And so you will see me update my 27 words at the end of this video, but otherwise there will be no writing. It's just going to be planner setup. So if you're looking for writing for NaNoWRIMO, which I understand, either go back and watch some of my other videos or come back tomorrow. Otherwise, we are going to just sit and have a little chat about goal setting and plans for 2024. So you can see that I had a purple Carpe Diem planner that I used for spooky season. And so I took everything out of it and brought with me to this planner session. Pretty much I went through all of my old boxes of previous die cuts and paper clips and pictures and dashboards and things from previous Christmases. I also printed out some photos like this one of my husband and I. We celebrate our 14th wedding anniversary this month, or not November, but in December. And so I printed out some photos of that. In order to get those full A5 size pictures, I was using just an 8x10 photo sheet, and in Canva just created an A5 document, put the photo in there, and then printed it and cut it out. And that has been the easiest way I've found. And you'll see me use some other photos in a minute that I'll share. But most of the dashboards are either from previous Planner Press digital dash boxes, or like this girl with the reindeer ears, that is from the Planner Babe on Etsy, which I love her dashboards as well. And then I'm just sort of evaluating everything that's currently in my planner and deciding if I want to pull it back over. And I've actually, I haven't switched out my A5 binder as much in 2023 as I did in previous years. I think all the travel that we did when I had to put everything in storage kind of got me out of the habit of switching it out every month. And it can be kind of time consuming, but I have to say it was so nice to take a rest and just play around with experimenting with different sort of setups and other things. It's reminded me of how much I love being creative in my A5 binder and how customizable it is. So as I have been reevaluating my thoughts on what I'm going to use in 2024, I've been really thinking about maybe utilizing my A5 binder for more than just my HB90. So my HB90 system is a system I've created, and you'll see some of the planner pages here throughout. And it's my daily planner, my weekly planner, my monthly planner. And so all of that goes here in this binder, just whatever A5 binder I happen to be using. But I keep a lot of my editorial stuff and other meeting notes and other things like that in a bunch of different planners. And I'm kind of thinking next year about utilizing these pockets or these A5 binders a little bit more. So I will do a full planner video like I always do coming up soon. So definitely be on the lookout for that if you want to see how I'm switching up my system. I feel like I switch things up every year because it's important, I feel, at the end of every year to sit and think, what's working for me? What's not working for me? What do I want to change? And if you have a system that's working, sometimes even then you still want to change things up just to make it more interesting. And so if you've been thinking of changing your system, let me know what you're thinking of changing it up to, or if you've been just still trying to decide, because I'm definitely still trying to decide. These little photo pockets are from Webster's Pages as well. Each photo is a 2x2 square. And so what I did was I had some 4x6 photo paper, and because that is all divisible by 2, you can fit 6 photos of 2x2 on a 4x6 page. And so I just went into Canva, made a 4x6 custom size design, and then split it into 2x2 squares, drag and dropped photos onto it, and then printed multiples of them, because you can fit up to 18 photos in that little photo pocket there. So that's how I did that, and then I can switch them out at any time. I also have been using some papers here you'll see from the December Daily project, and it was kind of something that I have wanted to do for years and years. And so I've bought the December Daily packs every year and then have never followed through with it. And I was talking to Plan with Laken. I know so many of you know and love Laken as well, because she does follow through with December Daily every year. And Her books look so good and it's fun to watch her flip throughs, but I just have never stuck with it. So I decided to use some of the papers and some of the little extras in my planner, which is fine too. So I did go ahead and print out my December pages of HB90 to go ahead and put them in there. I typically put 1 month of planner pages in at a time, but again, I'm thinking of switching this up a little bit in 2024. So that's been something kind of on my mind in terms of things that did not work for me this year. Worrying too much about trying to please everyone is not working at all. I really have been sort of slapped in the face this year with the fact that nothing I do is going to be good enough or right for everyone. And that's just the way it is for everyone who creates content online. You know, some people will like what you do. Some people will hate everything you do. Some people will like some of it and not like some of it. Like some people might be like, ugh, planner setup today. And I used to just feel like, oh, I've got to try to make everybody happy. And I do still feel that way. Like I really started this channel to be of service and to be helpful and to share my journey, to let other people know that they're not alone. But, you know, even if your heart is in the right place, it doesn't mean everyone's going to like everything you're doing. And I think I've been taking that too personally. And so I think growing up in a household where I was just constantly criticized, regardless of how hard I tried, led to an adulthood of trying to people please. And I know this is something so many of us struggle with. And so next year, I want to try to do less of that. Like I still want to be of service. I still want to do everything I can to help others, to share what I know, to keep my heart in the right place and give as much as I can. But I also want to make sure that I'm not, I guess, dimming my own light or my own creativity just because there are some people who don't like me. It's like, okay, I'm okay with you not liking me. And in the past, I have not been. And now I feel like I'm moving into a place where I can say that with a little bit more confidence, even if it's not completely true. So that's something I'm going to be working on in 2024. Another thing that didn't work great for me in 2023 was I still struggled with my planning systems. And it's been so nice to use Notion with Renee. I probably will be adding to my team even more in 2024. And I've talked about this a little bit before, but there are certain places I really need more help that I'm going to be working on getting when we move into the new year. But also in terms of just my personal systems. So I do like Notion, but there are also some things I want to do on paper, like my daily planning. And in the beginning of 2023, I had plans to severely cut back on the number of planners I was using, but then that didn't fully serve me either because I kept wanting to just start a new notebook to write down new ideas. And so I think I never really sat down and reevaluated my system to make sure that it was matching me. And I so often get influenced by, I just want to use the pretty things. But I think I'm starting to see as my business gets bigger and busier, I really have to just narrow down to what is serving my business rather than what is only bringing me joy. Because the joy is important too, but gosh, I can't waste time on things just because they're pretty or fun. And then it becomes a source of guilt that like, oh, I spent $50 on that and then I haven't used it. So I want to release all guilt from myself. And I want to instead try to figure out what's really going to serve me. And so I'm going to actually take some time this year. That year or that week between Christmas and New Year's is usually like a big planning week for me. But this past year I got the flu and then some other things happened that really derailed me that week. And so I'm like, okay, this year let's stay healthy and have it be just a real great year in terms of thinking through my systems, getting everything set up, getting the house refreshed. So I think that's going to be fun. And I think I have some pretty fun content coming for you all in December in terms of we're going to have a vision board party. We're going to talk about our craft book club. We are going to also do the Plan Your 2024 Writing Year live stream like we've done every year, but it's going to be bigger and better than ever this year. So there's going to be some fun things. I've also been toying around with doing a 3-day event to talk about long-term planning. I just have to see if I have time and energy to do it. because I think another thing that didn't work for me this year and has never worked for me is over-promising, just because I get so excited about something and then I'm like, we're going to do this. And then I can't actually follow through with it because I don't have time or I ended up overextending myself. So that is something I want to work on in 2024 as well. Now, in terms of what really worked great that I know I want to continue next year, one of the biggest is actively returning to a joyful writing process, focusing more on reading and refilling the well, resting, love of writing, storytelling. And I think 2024 is going to be my biggest publishing year in a long time. And I'm so excited for that. And I just can't wait. We will still be running HB90 every quarter, although I will be re-recording that in 2024. I'm not sure which quarter, maybe for Q2. I will be running Publish and Thrive twice this year as well. So we only ran it once in 2023 for various reasons, but I will run it twice next year. So if you are interested in joining Publish and Thrive, we'll open enrollment in the end of January. And so yeah, those are just some of my thoughts as I'm setting up my planner. So here is the green planner. Here's my weekly plan for this week, which of course includes mostly YouTube and Disappearance of Vanessa Shaw. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me, and I will see you in tomorrow's video where we'll actually be writing.